اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. يا الله بحق الزهراء وبحق فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها السر المستودع فيها بحق لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. Oh Allah, please make me one of His servants. Please Allah, make me one of His companions. Please make me one of His friends. Oh Allah, make me see Him. I just want to see Him one time in my life. I just want to serve Him. I just want to be with Him in His journey. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today my lesson is about Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajah Sharif. I'm going to give you a spiritual description of his companions, how they are, how they look like, not physically but spiritually. How are they inside? How do they act? How is their spiritual aspects actually reflects on their actions, which is mean. I want to describe them from the inside, how they are, what they have in their heart, and how they use that, and how they treat people around them. Every time we want to speak about Imam Mahdi Ajallah Ta'ala Farajah Sharif, we have to start with a prayer, because prayer is what leads me to my Imam. It all depends on my prayer. If my prayer is very strong, is very good, it's perfect, that prayer will lead me to my Imam. If my prayer is shaky, it's not 100%, it's not so important to me, how am I gonna meet my Imam with this kind of prayer? Now we all know that prayer have extending time. So Salat Subh starts at 5:40, it ends at 7:01. So I have that much time for me to pray Salat Subh. Also Salat al-Dhuhr, I have 1:41 up until Maghrib, before Maghrib, a minute before Maghrib, 8:20 or 8:19. Now, this specific time right here, this limit time that I have to do Salat Subh, is actually so important to think about. Now, my Salat starts at this point right here, it ends at that point. After this point, my Salat is Qada. Now, in between this time, in between 5:40 and 7:01, my prayer is counted as Salat Subh. But the difference is, see, I'm gonna use these two. If I pray my Salat Subh where the purple is, where the white part right here is, this is the most I'm gonna get from hasanats for my prayer. As much as I am getting closer to the green, all the way to the tip to right here, I'm losing hasanats, I'm losing value of my prayer. Now, if I teach myself and I train myself, I say to myself, okay, listen, I need to pray at this time, because this is the time where my Imam al-Mahdi prays. This is the time, when the time of Salat Subh starts, this is when my Imam prays. And I'm gonna pray when he prays. And at that time, I have a chance to see, for my Imam to actually look at me. And to look and see that I'm a person that cares. Because the Imam is not gonna be looking for people that don't care. Now, if we do not pray between this time and the time of sunrise, and my prayer goes after my Salat Subh, I do it where Salat al-Dhuhr is. when I'm gonna do Salat al-Dhuhr? Do you think I'm gonna have more value to my prayer? Do you think my Imam is gonna look at me? We could pray at the time, at the middle. Some people actually pray in the middle of the night. Right now, we're sitting home. We're in quarantine time. We basically have nothing to do. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to get closer to Him during this time. Some people do not pray their prayer because they're too busy gaming. They're too busy playing. And they sit down and they let the shaitan go through their head. And they say, you know what, it's okay. Let me postpone it until Dhuhr. I postpone the Subh, I won't wake up. I'll do it in the Dhuhr time. At Dhuhr time, I'll say, you know what, it's okay. Night time, I'll do everything together. So do Subh, Dhuhr, and Asr, and Maghrib, and Isha together. Then the shaitan comes to me and says, you know what, don't get up. Wait until the last minute. The last minute is 12 o'clock. Just do it at 12 o'clock and go to sleep. After we spoke about the timing, now I want to talk about directing my heart in the prayer. The heart orientation. How am I orienting my heart? How am I directing my heart? How am I thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during my prayer? There's two kinds of people. The people that do prayers and it's not counted because it's not coming out of their heart. They're not sincere with their prayer. They don't think of Allah when they're praying. They think of other things. They're so disturbed by other things around them. And another person that prays and throws everything off his shoulder. All the problems, all the interruptions, all the games, all the things that he thinks about during the daytime. And he only concentrates in his prayer. And thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the most beautiful examples of that second kind of people is Imam Ali alayhi salam and Prophet Muhammad. Is my prayer leveled to the point where it reaches the level of the prayer of Ahl al-Bayt? Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he prays, he used to forget everything around him. They used to say, oh, look, he's dead. They used to come and shake him. They would think that he's dead, but he would be in a sujood position. But Imam Ali alayhi salam was actually so concentrated to the point where people are shaking him and he doesn't feel their shake. And one time Imam Ali, an arrow went into his body while he was praying and he didn't care and he kept praying. He did not feel his physical, he did not feel his muscles, he did not feel his body because his spirit is flying up there to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if I want to compare my prayer to the prayer of Imam Ali alayhi salam, do I find any comparison? Is there anything that any similarity with my prayer to his prayer? That's a very good question I need to ask myself. When I pray, who do I think of? Who do I appreciate when I pray? Why do I pray? Do I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because He's the one and the only one that... Now, when my prayer is, when I'm perfecting my prayer, my consciousness, my thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it becomes bigger and higher. And then I have no limits. My recitation of the Quran will never stop. My Islamic principles, my learning the Islamic principles will never stop. My education will never stop. It will exceed and will keep going. Do you know that we have one of our very respectful people in the Shia, in one of the Shia scholars, his name is Sheikh al-Hulli, al-Allam al-Hulli. He wrote 1,000 books. Why? Because this is where he started. He started with his prayer. It all started with a prayer. His prayer was perfect. His prayer was almost, I don't want to say perfect, I want to say almost perfect. And some of his books were actually like encyclopedias. They're like books and books of one title. As much as I work and I run and I keep going, my prayer will actually open up the world to me. My creativity, my learning, my closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every time I say I'm close to Allah, my prayer gets me closer. And I'm gonna get closer and closer and closer and closer. And there's no limit for that. There's no limit where I cannot get close anymore. Okay? Now, I have a nice story. A person came to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. He said, "O son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, how much I love you. O son of Rasulullah, how much followers you have. I'm so proud of that. You have so much followers." Imam alayhi salam responded, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam responded, and he said, "Can you count them?" The man said, "They're uncountable. I cannot count them. There's lots and lots of them." Imam Ali alayhi salam said, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, "I wish they are 313, so you can count them correctly." The man looked at Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, and the Imam here describes the companions of Imam Mahdi ajalallahu ta'ala faraj al-sharif. So if the Imams had 313 people that were truly Ahl al-Bayt followers, Imam al-Mahdi will come out any minute. Their hearts, now he's going to describe how they look like. The 313 companions of Imam al-Mahdi, how they look like. Now, I'm not saying they're the only one that are going to be with Imam al-Mahdi. These are the leaders, the 313 like generals, okay? But we're going to have people that follow these generals, that work under the command of these generals. These commanders their hearts are strong and firm, like a piece of iron. They are people who have no longing except for martyrdom. They have no wish but to be a martyr. And their hearts are so strong. Their hearts are so strong to the point where they have no doubts. Nobody could come to them and say, "Hey, you know why didn't Allah do that to you? Why doesn't Allah do this and that?" And they put doubts in you. Nobody have the ability to do that to them. They are obedient. They obey their Imam. They surround him during war. They don't sleep at night. Then you're going to tell me how they don't sleep at night. I'm going to tell you how. They don't sleep at night because they are in love with their Imam. Listen to me. If your mom or dad want to buy you something and they say, "I want to buy it for you tomorrow morning," would you sleep at night? Wouldn't you be too excited and too happy for the morning to come so you can get that toy? So that love of the toy kept you awake all night because you're waiting for the morning. So the companions of Ahl al-Bayt, the companions of Ahl al-Bayt, the 313, they don't sleep at night because they're so in love with Imam al-Mahdi. They keep thinking of him because they want the morning to come to actually get up and work for him. And at night, they don't spend their time just sitting down doing nothing. They spend their time praying Salat al-Lail. And when they want to sleep, they sleep at the end. They sleep partially during the day or partially during the night. They don't sleep the night. They are in love. And they hum at night like the bees. You know how the bees hum? Did you ever hear them, how they're humming? Their prayer at night, it sounds like the bees when they're humming in their home. And they're always busy with Allah. They're always thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They never think about this and that. They don't think about anything but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how to serve Allah through obedience, through their obedience to Imam al-Mahdi ajallahu ta'ala faraj sharif. So they are worshippers at night, and during the day they're like lions. They face and they have no fear. They face any danger and they have no fear. They are the most obedient to their master. They don't question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What Allah says in the Quran, they obey it. And they respect it and they do it. They don't question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah said in the Quran that this is haram, it's haram. They don't negotiate anything with Allah. Allah says in the Quran, this is halal, they do it because it's halal. Allah says this, they do it. Allah says don't do that, they don't do that. They're obedient. Their hearts are lit. Their hearts are lit like lanterns. Like the lanterns. And imagine how a lantern is. When you have a lantern, does the light of the lantern, does it actually benefit only the person that has it, or it benefits the people that are surrounding you? So they have light like a lantern, so they actually light up the routes and the roads for everybody around them. The road of what? And the route of what? The route of Jannah. They actually guide people to the Jannah through their light. And they wipe themselves. This is nice, very nice, by the way. This description right here is very nice. I'm going to explain it too. They wipe themselves with the horse saddle of the Imam. And I said to myself, what does it mean? And I kept thinking about it. They wipe themselves to the saddle of the horse of the Imam. And I came to my mind, I said to myself, let me search what's the meaning of saddle? What's the purpose of a saddle? So the saddle is the leather seat for a horseback riders. A saddle makes a rider more comfortable and secure. So they rub themselves and they make sure that saddle of Imam is actually tight enough for the Imam to be secured and comfortable. So they worry about how our Imam is comfortable. They worry about him and they rub themselves. That means they take care of that saddle. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor that means they do whatever comforts our Imam and they care about him. They never give up on him. And one of their descriptions, they have a logo. You know how we have a logo? Our logo is GRA, Great Revelations Academy. Or our logo is serving people. And some other people have other logos. Their logo is Ya li Tharat al-Hussein. So they do everything, and Imam al-Hussein is always present in their head. They're always thinking of Imam al-Hussein. And they're always loyal to Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Through them, for them, with them, Imam al-Mahdi alayhi ajallallahu ta'ala faraj sharif will become victorious. He will get his victory with them, through them, for them. That's how much he loves them. Now, do we have these descriptions? Do I have any of these descriptions of the companions of Imam Sahib al-Zaman ajallahu ta'ala faraj sharif? Do I have the heart that has no doubts in it? Do I have the heart that is strong and firm enough? Do I wake up at night to pray Salat al-Layl? Do I sleep through the edges of the day? Do I have trust in my God, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I have a nice story for you, another story. A person kept crying and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for him to meet Imam al-Mahdi ajallahu ta'ala faraj sharif. The man cried nights and nights. He wanted to see Imam Sahib al-Zaman. And one time, while he was crying, his room shined. And he looked around and he looked and he saw a person standing in front of him. He said, who are you? He said, I am Sahib al-Zaman. And you were asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to see me. What do you need? The man said, I just want to be with you. I just want to be a companion, one of your companions. I want to serve you. And I want to die in your way. I want to go to the Jannah with no fear. Imam Sahib al-Zaman says, Imam Sahib al-Zaman told him, did you pay what you owe? The man said, yes, I paid everything I owe. But if there's something I don't remember, maybe you can remind me, I'll pay it too. Imam Sahib al-Zaman said, there is something. You know the house that you live in? You know the person that you bought it from? He actually took it from some orphan kids, and he never paid them. And he was their uncle. He actually stole that house from them, and he sold it to you. So that house that you live in is actually, it's haram for you to live in. You need to give that house back to the people, to the orphans that own it. And you need to go get your money from the person that you paid the money for. The man, without any thinking, just like that, he said, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. But the Imam came with another demand, and he asked him for something else. And that something else he asked him about was very difficult for the man to do. The man could not handle it. Instead of saying yes, the man actually left his room, and he kept screaming. He went screaming outside his house. And the neighbors came and asked him, what's going on? What's wrong with you? He said, there's a man inside my house. Go capture him. So that man actually fell, and he did not pass the test that he was supposed to be passing. Maybe one of the tasks that Imam al-Mahdi asked him to do was easy on him. He just took it, and he said, yes, I'll do it, no problem. I'll return the house. But the next task that he asked him to do was unbearable. He could not take it. So instead, he actually turned himself against the Imam. Now, what's our mission? What are we supposed to be doing? What we're supposed to be doing is teaching ourselves to be like one of the companions of the Imam, to be with him through our actions, through our sincerity, through our love, through our hearts. We need to strengthen our belief. We need to be very, very strong. How do I do that? With my prayer and my relationship with my parents, my family, and my respectful relation and my beautiful relation with Ahlul Bayt. How much Imam al-Hussein is part of our life. How much do I call Imam Sahib al-Zaman? Ya Sahib al-Zaman adrikni. Ya Hujjat ibn al-Hasan adrikni. Ya Mawlaya adrikni. Ya Aba Salih adrikni. Ya Wali ibn al-Hasan wal Khalaf al-Mahdi adrikni. But all this prayer, if it's not connected with the love of Imam al-Hussein, it will not get anywhere. The door to go to Imam al-Mahdi, the door to reach and to be one of the companions of Imam al-Mahdi, Ajallah Ta'ala Faraj Sharif, is your prayer, your relation, your actions, your relationship with the people around you. And prayer is actually your relation with Allah, your relationship with the people around you, and your connection with Imam al-Hussein, Salamullahi alayh. And that way, this is the route, and it's very easy. But all what you need to do is actually throw and take everything off your shoulders. Don't think about your game. Don't think about your toys. Don't think about what's going on. Think of Allah and only Allah. Right now, we live in a corona time. What do you think? Isn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doesn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have the ability to just wipe it off? Yeah, He can. But are we asking Him sincerely from our hearts? Are we being sincere with our prayer? Or just getting up to pray just to finish it? Because it's something that I have to do. No. My prayer is something I want to do. And I love to do. And I have to do. and I would love to do it again and again and again and again. My prayer is my connection with my God, with my Rabb al-Alameen, with my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let us look into our prayer, see what's the problem with it. And then after that, you're gonna be on the right route to reach Imam Mahdi ajalallahu ta'ala farajuhu al-sharif. Take care, you guys. I love you so much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And may Allah make us one of the companions and one of the soldiers of the Imam Sahib al-Zaman. And remember, the main companions are 313, but the soldiers are so many, are in thousands. So inshallah will be either one of the soldiers or one of the companions, the true companions with the Imam Sahib al-Zaman. And I want to say something to the girls. When we talk about the companions and the followers and the soldiers of the Imams, they're not only men, they're women. There's going to be lots of women that are going to be with the Imam, and they're going to be helping him and taking care of whatever they need to do and do what they have to do during that time. Inshallah, me and you and everybody will be part of that movement, part of that beautiful thing that's going to happen to the whole entire earth, where everybody's going to be happy and the peace is going to be spread around, and no crimes, and no pain, and nobody's going to be like sad. Everybody's going to be happy, and the earth is going to be beautiful and no pollution. May Allah make me and you and everybody and your parents one of the soldiers of the Imam Sahib al-Zaman ajallahu ta'ala faraj sharif, or his companions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.